Hey everyone! So I'm just waiting for you to show up. I need to go over to the YouTube thing and do my YouTube thing. I know people are probably out doing barbecue, having a fun time, going to the river, something. I stayed home. It was prying myself to get out of bed today. I did not want to get out of bed today. I actually didn't get out of bed until like noon. Hey Lex! So this is my dad. Hey Pixie! So this is Memorial Day, so I thought I would celebrate with Memorial. So this is Dad, and I needed to pull this out anyway because I needed to reglue this plate. Um, so this is Dad when he passed, Colonel J.P. King, and he was from 1938 to 2018. Right before the pandemic. He passed December 19th of 1918. That's when he passed away. So it was a sudden death. He was 80, but still it was nothing. We were not expecting this, guys. We were not expecting this. So, but I wanted to show you this because I'm super proud of this. The oldest sister, she actually went to Arlington. That's where Dad's buried, to put flowers on his grave. So she texts me and she said, "Hey Jack, what's Dad's favorite flower?" Because that's a hard thing. If you don't know, you don't know. Um, Dad's favorite flowers is really hard to find, actually. Plumeria and also magnolia. Those are not exactly you can just find at the florist shop, but those are two of his favorite flowers. So anyway, these are Dad's medals in miniature. So the photo is Dad in the Marines. So Dad enlisted in the Marines at 17. His parents signed him up. And after he enlisted in the Marines and he did his, I don't know how many months service, he got out, went to college, got married, had some kids, went back in the military, and he went into the Army instead of the Marines. Oh, Steph, you have magnolia tree. That's so cool. So this is Dad's awards. Now, the one I love the most is the one he wore a lot. Well, when he got this, he wore it a lot. This means you were working on the chief of staff, which just means you worked at the Pentagon. So my dad worked at the Pentagon. So this is what he got. I really like his marksman awards. These medals are all the ones these are miniature medals. Okay, so I ordered this and had the military where I bought it through, put it on display. It's actually in a case. So, hey Brian, so I took it off the case so you could see it and it could fix this, plaque that has to be fixed. So he has some ribbons down here, and I can't remember everything he got. I don't think anybody can, but these are what was on his discharge papers when you retire out of the military. Hello, Jolie. This is Dad. This is my dad. This is my dad when he was 17, 18 years old in the Marine Corps. And then he went into the Army. So this is a Army Presidential Unit citation, Army Meteorious unit citation, RVN Cavalry Cross Unit citation. Over here is an Army Service Award, RVN Campaign, Vietnam Service, National Defense, Army Commendation, Joint Service Command Commendation. This one is Meritorious Service. This is the ribbon. Silver Star. The Silver Star is why he's buried in Arlington, guys. So Defense, a Superior Service, Legion of Merit, Bronze Star, Defense Legion of Service. Over there, Special Forces, Army Parachute Rigger, Senior Parachute Badge, and Combat Infantry Badge. So Dad did a lot, guys. Dad was in Special Forces. Dad got this award, this one right here, the one he doesn't want to talk about, the reason why he's buried in Arlington. He was in a military base we shall not name, because it's not a base. Actually, it's a camp. It was an encampment in in enemy territory that was not to be known because of the special forces, and they were attacked by the Vietnamese. And my dad, in super Rambo fashion, because the machine guns were in the wrong trajectory for how they were being invaded, he was able to dismount the machine gun and then essentially um, end the lives, of the enemy who were attacking. A lot of his friends died that day. A lot. Because it was unexpected. So he doesn't like talking about it. He never talked about it, actually. I knew about Dad's service mainly because I had to do all the research for getting him to go into Arlington. We knew he had the Silver Star, but we didn't know why. So this is the second most important service award in the Army. The first is the normally to get that one you just die in combat. This one he lived, yay! And he actually turned down the Purple Heart because he said, "I have bruises and contusions, and my friends have lost their lives." He said, "No, I'm not getting it, Purple Heart." But he did 2.5 tours in Vietnam, and he was a lifelong soldier. My great uncle was in the Korean War. My grandfather was in the Navy in WW2. Dad was in Vietnam. He consulted in Desert Storm, Desert Shield, but then he was done. Yeah, yeah. So everyone called him Colonel King. That was his thing. So my family has, and my eldest sister, his firstborn, was a military nurse, in the Air Force. So that's sad. So I thought I'd share because one of the things my sister, the eldest sister, said, "Hey Jack, I don't really," because Dad never talked about it. He never did. He never talked about the war. He always said that if you were in war, he would talk to you about it if you were there, but if you weren't there, you won't understand. And I totally agree with that. And he actually said he had it easy. He said compared to what people were going through in the Middle East with what's happening with drone missiles, he goes, "What I did, simple." He said the one thing I can share is that he said the best sound in the world is a helicopter, because that's going to extract you out of enemy territory. Since he was a special forces, he was often in other side. He was not in the front lines, guys. Yeah, Dad jumped out of planes. He was half the reason why he was so injured is that he loved jumping out of airplanes, guys. Loved it. He taught with the French in Vietnam for people to jump out of airplanes. He absolutely loved being a parachuter. Loved it. He was a marksman. He was a parachuter. My dad was a dude. He really was. He just he wanted to be a soldier his whole life. He became a soldier. He was one of those guys that retire and never leave. Nobody called my father Mr. King. Everybody called him Colonel King, even in retirement. No, but it just embodied who he was. So, and he didn't make it to general unless you're a colonel, and you don't go past colonel. It's kind of, I mean, he already had 31 years in the service, and it was during the downsizing times. He just, retired and became a teacher. And I said, "Well, Dad, after you've been, in the military and a colonel and everything, in charge of hundreds of people," I said, "how is it like being a teacher?" He goes, "This is the best job I've ever had." And I said, "What?" He goes, "Nobody's lives are in danger." Like, what? He's like, he's like, "They're kids." He says, "They're just children. They're high schoolers." She goes, "This is great. This is the best job I've ever had." I'm like, "Oh my God, Dad." He goes, compared to what he had to do in Vietnam and the stuff he had to do, foreign military sales was a specialty. All of the my dad hated politics, but his position was in politics, right? And that's what really separates the colonels and the generals is politics, right? And he never could get to his awards and commendations were vast, but his demeanor was a little too John Wayne. Okay, so Dad was a great soldier. And so and he's in Arlington, so it took a long time to get him there. He went to War College. He has a master's from War College. There is a thing called War College, and he had a college degree from Virginia University in education. He got a degree in logistics, a master's in logistics, and I can't remember and a master's from the War College. So he has 2 masters. Dad, it's just dad, you know. So, yeah, so yeah, so dad, my grandfather went into World War II after the age of requirement. He didn't have to go. He was over the age of requirement, but he says, "No, I'm going." And he was in the Pacific Theater on a boat. Luckily, he made it back. Yay! As I said, my great uncle, was in the Korean War, and that was a brutal war. Uh, about conflict. We're not really a war, are we? We're conflict, still in conflict. And yeah, so, you know, we get a bad rap. There's a lot of politics out there, but freedom's not free. And freedom is a little bit of a misnomer, but the privileges we have are earned. We paid for them. We either took, borrowed, stole, or robbed the property, took it, and then defended it. Okay, so it's just the way it is. Can't change it. So we have a military family. I never, for one, wanted to go into the military because of being a military brat. It was really difficult. Um, Moving around all the time. My sister, on the other hand, loved it. Jen wanted to go into the military. Um, I've been deep military family history too, all the way back to the Revolutionary. Us too, Steph. We have family in the Revolutionary War. I lose track. It's in my documentation, but we are actually eligible for the Daughters of the American Revolution or whatever. I'm like, dude, no. It just means we fought, and we fought on the wrong side. My father was in the Korean conflicts with Jennifer. My grandfather got drafted twice. She was pregnant both times. Your grandmother got drafted twice. Whoa. Nope, not members, Winnie. This is just a regular old Monday meetup. Her mom named her Jolie. That's hilarious. So I'm going to show you Dad's photo again. I hope my sisters will see this. If not, I'll probably do a post about this. So this is Dad. I should do a better. He hated these, by the way. He hated this thing, this type of he called it the I love you wall, the 8x10 photos, the accolades and awards wall. He hated it. He would despise this display. Don't care. Dad, you know what his medals were? In the bar. He had them all stacked up in his bar. And I have I think, actually, I don't even know where they are. I don't even know where the actual medals are. I think I might have mailed them up to the sisters, some of them. I know we gave the Bronze Star and the Silver Star, which is weird because it says Silver Star, guys, but it's not actually silver. This is bronze. This is like a golden color, and over here is the Bronze Star. Now I don't know what he got the Bronze Star for. I don't remember anymore. But actually, I think his most important other than the Silver Star, the most important, I think, is this meritorious service. I think this one's a super hard one to get. So Dad was good at what he did. He was a very good soldier, and he was a pretty good teacher. People liked him, but he wasn't the really. He was a great soldier and a great teacher, and he loved us children. He was a lousy husband, guys. Anyway, and I'm pretty sure his ex-wives will agree with me. But they all loved him. And they all went, and his first wife went to his funeral. My mom wasn't able to come because it was during COVID times, and America was on the no-fly zone, and she was in Denmark at the time. But my mom would have been there. But his first wife went there, and my other two sisters were there, so all the kids were there at the funeral. And a few people were able to show up that were in the DC area because it was during it was after COVID times, and still people really weren't going places. It was still weird flying. It was weird. We in DAR do a lot of service projects to preserve American history and help veterans. It's more about service than genealogy. Steph, well then, you know what? Maybe I should have applied. I didn't. We probably could still figure out because I do think we do need to preserve history, honestly, because people forget. People do. We forget. We're short. We have very short attention spans. Memorial Day is a shopping holiday, you know? President's Day is just a day, another shopping holiday. We have, and that's to remember all the presidents. And I think it's on Washington's birthday, which is why it's that day. And then we have stuff like the 4th of July, which is our Independence Day from Britain. We were colonists. We forget about those things. There's the Mexican-American War or French-American War. There's the American-American War, which is the Civil War. So there's a lot of history, and it's interesting to read about. It's very good to remember, and it's great never to repeat. Let's just go there. Hey, Apple Blonde. So anyway, we're just here talking about Memorial Day. I do have some fun stuff to talk about, not just sad stuff, but we're here to remember the people who have served. A lot of people have lost their lives. Just had to dig up my Revolutionary War ancestry again. Yeah, me too. And I have it somewhere, but it's a lot. You just need proof with paperwork back to service in the Revolutionary War. Usually the local papers have a person that will help you. Yeah, I can try. I don't know. My aunt had it all, and we were too young. We didn't care. We were only my aunt didn't do it. You know. Um, but anyway, I wanted to show you. I did get a box today. I did open it. So let me see if I can make sure my BFF is on lurking mode, and because I want to show him this bag. Um, but he might not be. So I've had a rough day, guys. Only not so much the Memorial Day. Just I've not been feeling well, as you all know, and so I pretty much spent Friday and Saturday recovering. Sunday we went to go watch 2 movies back to back, which might have been too much, but it was fun. It was fun. So today I pretty much was sleeping until noon. Like literally, I didn't want to get out of bed. So okay, I want to show you this bag I got. It is so cool. It is, I already filmed the unboxing and I already started the Clean With Me project. So what you're going to see is going to be the reveal and what it looks like with one pass of cleaning. So let me put the guts back in because the guts have been out because I was cleaning the interior. Look at this bag. This is why I can't quit Goodwill. I do not know what this is called. I know it's a Reed Karkoff, obviously. I know it's amazingly awesome. I know it's a giant ass bag. It is gorgeous. I already did one clean with it. It does have some scuffing, it needs some conditioning, some nice good moisturizer is going to help this bad boy out. But oh my God, look at the interior of this. I already cleaned the inside, so I already cleaned the outside. So now I just need to do some moisture, some TLC and love. Look at how beautiful this bag is. Oh my God, this bag is so cool. I know. I'm like, this is such a cool bag. And I'm like, does Craig have this? Because you know what, unless it's a boxer, these things skate under the radar. They really do. And this one doesn't have a crossbody or a way to add a crossbody. This really is just a hand carry bag. So this is just a very cool, but look at the feet on this. I don't know how much this thing cost originally, probably in thousands somewhere, but the leather on this thing is so awesome. Nobody's going to say, oh, that's a pleather bag. No. This was leather, guys. This is leather. I was watching a little bit of Scottalicious McFabulous, and he was a little cranky at the world of luxury. Basically, between the Dior scandal that came out and the labor issues in Europe and factory, and I agree with him. All fashion is fast fashion now. When Chanel has as many drops as it does, this is just so pretty. It has these little pockets that I don't think anybody uses. The only thing I could use for this is like a boarding pass, a long boarding pass, which people don't even have anymore. But and I need to do some cleaning on this pocket, so this one's a little dirtier. This one was used a lot. And I love this. I love this thing because this is when you're at a convention, you actually need this little pocket if you put your business cards in here. And you're like, business cards? Who in the heck has business cards? I'm like, people in conventions. Jackie, is that a vibrato foreign trout behind you? I don't even know what that is. I have zero idea what you're talking about. Vibrato? Flor Flory. Love the color. I'm always down for more cool tones. Yes. Hey, do you guys go on the Mormon Church website? Not really, Jeanette. Oh, Hermes bag. No, there's no Hermes bag behind me. Let me look. Yeah, no. If you're talking about maybe this one is this is a Ralph Lauren bag. I actually do have an Hermes bag, which is why I did stop to look, but I can't find it. I don't know where I put it. I put it somewhere. It's somewhere near the Labubu. Near the Labubu. The crybaby? The answer's still no. No, not. Oh, on your right, white shelf. Okay, that. Oh, that's a Speedy. Um, and the one that's near the crybaby is a large Rowan. And I have a. What else do I have behind me over there? Mark. And that's actually a Dooney canvas bag. And then I have a Dooney canvas bag that is a vintage mink and leather bag. That is just a Speedy, soft Speedy, not soft, but like the mini length Speedy. Near the Crybaby. Okay, near the Crybaby. That is a Field Tote 44. That is a Dooney, and that one is a Rowan Large. And then this is just a Coach. Um, and that's the bag from you. Big tote. Oh yeah, the big tote. That's a Field Tote. Yeah, yeah. Um, Bubble Landa. Yeah, let me show you the mink bag. Yep. Vintagey leather mink bag. It's so cute. It's so cute. No, I've never used it. I don't care. It's cute. I've always wanted a mink teddy bear. People took old mink coats and made teddy bears out of them, but I never did get one. And now I can't even find them anymore. But this is from a company called Palo Massi. And it's a good 10 or 15 years old. This is made in Italy. You know, it's cute, right? I love that bag so much. Lux, I know this is probably going in your box because Lux and I are doing a trade. She's going to be giving me some bags and I'm going to be giving her some bags, and her box keeps changing, but there's some staples in there. This is one of the ones that's going to go in there because she will actually use this. It's tiny and mighty, but she has um she's smaller in frame and she lives in a place that actually snows. Woohoo! It's a fun size bag. Yes, right? Um, oh, okay. So Craig told me this is the uniform and I have it in blue. I thought I had this in blue. Well, I thought I had this bag. I was pretty sure I had it in blue. But I love this bag. It's so cool. See, I love Craig. He remembers all the names. It's called the uniform. This thing's huge. I love it. I can't help myself, guys. If I see a bag that's a Reed Karkoff that I could put a bid in, I do. And sometimes I win. I bought that bag for $35. No one can blame me. James might blame me, but I don't blame me. I just like Jackie. But my days of going on to shopgoodwill.com are finite mostly because guys, because um shopgoodwill.com, the app, has now incorporated advertising. It is a pain. My sister just sent me a text. She says, "Do I have a copy of this book?" No, no, I don't. Oh, but I love this series. Apparently, my sister's at the bookstore. She had a fun day today. Hello, everybody. So, for the new people in the building, I wanted to show you off Dad again because we're talking Memorial Day stuff, right? So, this is my dad. This is Dad when Dad was 17, and he was a young person in the Marines. And then he got out of the Marines, went to college, and then he went in the Army. And then he retired as a colonel, and he's buried in Arlington. And when he was working in the Pentagon, he used to tell my mom, because he was married to my mother at the time, he used to tell Mom that um, he was going to be buried in Arlington because he's one of the few people that are eligible to. There's an eligibility, and there's going to be a time when Arlington is at capacity, right? So, as a veteran, he could have been buried here too. And I said, well, here we could visit. I said, but in the end, we decided, Arlington because that's where Dad wanted to go. Ultimately, even though at the end of his life he didn't really care, but the family cared, and he said that if I get buried in Arlington, somebody will visit. You're never alone when you're in Arlington because there's people visiting that cemetery every day. And it's just, if you've ever in the DC area, go to Arlington National Cemetery. It's across from the Pentagon. It's very much worth the visit. It's sobering, somber, but it is worth the visit. And then if you're also in the DC area, go to the museums, the Holocaust, the Smithsonian, and I recommend the Natural History Museum and the Smithsonian. That's my favorite one. Yeah, it's a very beautiful place. So anyway, I got a new read bag. I'm so excited. Yeah, and if I do have that station bag in blue, it's somewhere not readily accessible. I don't know. I've recycled through so many read bags, but it's like I feel like it's a rescue obligation. Every time I see a read Kartoff bag, I feel like I have to rescue it because I don't want it. I know how good they are. And I saw the condition of that. I said, nobody's going to clean that. And it just needs a little bit of cleaning. It'll look brand new again because it's just minor. It's so minor. But most people don't clean their bags. But I was watching a bunch of YouTube guys, like, go figure, right, Jackie? Of course you are. That's all I really do, guys, is YouTube because I don't have anything else. Oh, yeah, Landa, the reason I have that photo of him, that was in his military records, guys. I would not have had that photo of him. He hated photos of himself. Hated that. And the only reason I had that was because that was clipped onto one of the thousands of documents I had to go through and still have to go through. Dad actually ended up getting a lot of documents from his classified missions once they became declassified. And they're still redacted, but he wanted to read up on them because he was there. His friends were there. His friends died there. It was Dad's very, very, very good at compartmentalizing his life. It's very he lived in the moment. He didn't dwell on the past. He really didn't. He had a new wife, new life, new kids. He really just moved forward. We never grew up with a bunch of pictures in our house on the walls. None of that stuff because we had artwork. He had landscapes and portraiture, things, but not photos. So I have put up tons and tons of photos everywhere. My whole house looks like a mausoleum of photos. Did your dad believe in extraterrestrials? Dad didn't really have so he was raised Baptist, not baptized, because as a Baptist you have to be baptized as a young person and you have to make that choice. It's not like a baby baptism. You have to be, you have to make that choice. He never was baptized, and he never really was a churchgoer. His parents were Southern Baptist. And then he believed in a higher being, but he really didn't care. Like Jen and I, we didn't get our religious inclinations from our family at all. My mother is a Buddhist, but yeah. Steph says, I believe, Jennifer. Oh, I believe that there's absolutely Just Steph, home of the wayward readbacks. I definitely believe in aliens because I don't want to be the only existing of life in the universe. That's rather boring, you know. Hey, Christiana. My dad was a mean SOB. Yeah, yeah. Some people were. Mm, hold on. So anyway, what did everybody else do today? I mean, because Scottlicious McFabulous had no, not Scott. Is Adrian had a live today, but only like 10 people were there because it was most people are out. Most people are out, either driving home, doing something, barbecues, fireworks, who knows? In a universe over 100 billion galaxies, each containing billions of stars, potentially even more planets. The odds of Earth is the only one has. Yeah, yeah. It's just a certain way for it. I'm so sorry. What did I miss about Jeanette? My dad was. Oh, yeah. I'm in and out of the bath. Oh, kiddo time. We went to the Riverside Playground, then a Pure Cafe. Nice, 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 nice. Oh, my sister texts me again. Hold on. She knows I'm live. You know. But anyway, she's at a bookstore, so Jennifer's distracted, guys. Distracted. I bought a woven trunk and vase from Kohl's Trunk is my new sewing machine. Oh, nice, Serger. Oh my gosh, I always wanted to buy a Serger. I really want. My dream is to one day get this space to have my craft stuff and in here, but honestly, with the amount of stuff I have, I need my shed to become a she shed, and because my house is. But I don't know. I like being out. I like this room. Super busy at the cafe, beautiful weather. I made a bag charm. Yay! Dawn made a bag charm. Ravi, I got mine from Shop Goodwill, inspired by yay! Shop Goodwill. Yes, so the Shop Goodwill problem I'm having is that shopgoodwill.com on the app has incorporated advertisements, which automatically play volume, even if you have it turned off. So I'm like, no. I like to scroll and listen to audiobooks, and I'm like, no, 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 this cannot work for me. So now I have to go to the eBay store site, and here, the eBay site. So if you find a Goodwill you like, most of them, all the .coms have an eBay store. The eBay shipping is cheaper because eBay's platform sells a ton of crap. So because of that, they have cheaper mail. Whereas when I mail through the Shop Goodwill app, my shipping's like $14. When I buy it through the eBay store, my shipping's $8. Very annoying. So you have to be sure which platform you buy from. Love mussels. I went to seafood buffet yesterday. Oh, I love seafood. Christian says we had ordered chicken fingers, mussels, and fries, house special, and took it close to an hour. Oh, it's probably the chicken because mussels take like 15 minutes at most. 15 minutes is listed a bunch of items on Facebook and on eBay. Hmm. So anyway, today I played video games. I did laundry. Finally, I need to do that. Um, I did list some stuff on my Poshmark. Um, they can just sit on Poshmark indefinitely. I don't care. They're sitting in my house as it is. If they never leave, they never leave. You know. But at least I was proactively advertising. You know. Christiana says I have my eye on a YSL card case and a red LV Sarah Epi wallet. Oh, I like the Sarah wallet. The Sarah, you know, Christiana. Jolie has an Epi wallet, long Epi wallet, and I think it's the Sarah wallet in black for sale. I'm not kidding. I really do think she does. You should text Jolie. Mm. um, my dad is used to tell me from toddler age to 10 that I didn't love him anymore. You were a kiddo. That's ridiculous. Yeah, good for you listing. I know, I know. I just wanted to video. And here's the weird thing. One of the bags I listed when I was doing like just broad research where to put the price point, it goes anywhere from a $50 bag to a $300 bag. I'm like, dude, why? Why? You know, I don't know. I think the $300 is I don't want to sell it price, but um oh, you need a red one. Okay, you want a red one. Okay, so hers is probably black. Yeah, red, red. Well, we have to get what the heart wants, right? Um, Steph says, I just watched a video about how Goodwill actually operates, and honestly, it made me never want to donate to them again. Don't tell me, Steph. Don't tell me they're robber barons. Don't tell me they're robber barons, but I feel like they have to be. They're very successful. When they're the only place in the only game in town, I mean, I'm pretty sure they're robber barons, but you know. Let me put it this way. If a fraction of the money I give Goodwill actually goes to charity, I will be fine with it. I know there's an operating cost, and I understand that mostly means 99% of a dollar goes to operation and 1 cent goes to charity, but that 1 cent is at least more than what was there before. But that is just the reality of it, unfortunately. All I need is able to see them in my bag. Yep. Oh yeah, that's the truth. That's why I don't like black wallets. I have one black wallet. It's Chanel, and I love it. But it is I put that in my Doonies because my Doonies have red interiors. Most of them do anyway. So I got one bag in the mail. I have nothing really coming. I have one more box coming, and then I have a bunch of payments. I need to make a bunch of payments. I need to sell something. You know, well, that's great. All items free and still feel the need to turn a huge profit. Well, they get the items for free, and yeah, but they also have to, since they accept almost everything. There's a lot of things they get that can't sell, that don't sell. You know, that aren't that they have to go through and sort and dispose of. There's a disposal fee, right? So, I mean, I feel okay. I know they're robber barons. They can't be that huge of a mega corporation without some skeletons in the dang closet. But let me live in my delusions about this one. Lizards is Red Bar doing an investigation about you. Who's Red Bar? Um, I have no idea what that is. Yeah. Um. Anyway, so I was watching Scottalicious McFabulous, and he was a bit he's in a mood over luxury in general. You know, luxury, non-luxury, contemporary. You know, he's just a little disenchanted with all the uh polyurethane involved in bag construction now. Um, Don says, and they brag about giving jobs to the disabled, but they cheat them. I'm sure they do. And oh my God, my first troll. Oh, was that a troll? Hello. Oh, okay. Maybe that was a troll. Yeah, I don't know what that person was. Yeah, because I don't think this is on subscriber mode. I don't think I put it on subscriber mode, but um oh, you got your first troll. Oh, oh really? Okay, I've had trolls, so congratulations. Polyurethane has been coated canvas for decades. Yeah, totally. And it's been on the interior of leather bags. The F was I don't know what Red Bar is. Red Drum is investigating you, and do they not like what? I have no clue what I don't know what y'all are talking about. Clueless. This is me. Hi. Um, I spent my weekend going to see Lilo and Stitch and Mission Impossible, which is the other thing that happens on Memorial Weekend is the movies. And Mission Impossible was actually really it was fun, but I've seen every single movie. Um, they can still see through, right? I have no idea what you're talking. Time them out. I have no idea. Okay, let me go look real quick at the when Mission Impossible. Okay, I can't say the words. Mission Im in possible impossible came out. The first one, the film series. Oh, don't tell me I'm this old. Um, the first movie. Oh my gosh, no, 1996, guys. Oh my God, I've seen them all. I've seen them all. Um, oh my God. I've seen all of them. So 96, 2000, 2006, 2011, 2015, 2018, 2023, and then the newest one. And you know what? I can't believe. Did I watch the seven? Did I watch MI7? I don't know if I watched MI7. Dead Reckoning Part 1 is, um, yeah, I think I did watch that one. Yeah, I did. I like Tom Cruise, despite his weirdness. Tom Cruise plays Tom Cruise. My favorite movie he's ever been in is Oblivion. Let me see if I can find that for you, so you can I can show you. Um, the movie came out in 2013. Yeah, Mission Impossible. I've seen them all in theaters ever since the first one in 1996. Mm-hmm. So the movie I like that Tom Cruise played in is called Oblivion, and it's an adapted film, and it's Jack Harper is a technician who works to repair drones on Earth and questions his mission. Morgan Freeman as Malcolm Beach. I mean, it's just a really good movie, even though it came out in 1990. I mean, 2013. It's been a minute. It's been a minute. It's a good movie. Um, anyway. When he's dying, I love Armand Asante. Most of the trolls on YouTube are AI. They're using chat's integration to train faster, and every time you engage, you're helping them learn machine learning. Well, that's actually the villain in Mission Impossible. If you're not, spoiler alert. Oh, mobster! I knew that one can't think of a name. John Q. Yes, Christina, he was hot. And what did you think of? Oh, Lilo and Stitch is the best live action adaptation of any Disney film ever. Stitch has always had my heart, but Stitch is competing with Mickey at this point as my favorite, as my absolute. I mean, look at this. It's a pug or a Frenchie. It's a dog, okay? It's an alien dog. I love it. Love it. And it's blue. It's a blue, and it looks. I mean, take away the cute ears. Doesn't that look like How to Train Your Dragon now? So like, oh, it just, it was so good, guys. Go watch it. Take your grandkids, take the neighbors' kids, take somebody to go watch this movie. It's so heartwarming. You're gonna love it. It's just a fun movie from start to finish. Great emotional feels. The actresses are awesome. The Lilo is just, she's great. She's great. And I hope they do a part two, because she's not going to stay young forever. She's just a kiddo. Kiddos, time goes by. Um, so anyway, so I haven't done too much stuff. I really haven't done much. I've just been doing bag. Oh, I did. Okay, guys, I found the elusive Celine trapeze bag that I've been hunting for. Like, what did I do with it? Where did I put it? Because I need to do an updated video. I'm now only missing one of my Celine bags, but I'll find it eventually. I know I put it somewhere safe, which is exactly what happens to all my bags. So where was um where was my very expensive, awesome, most amazing Celine trapeze bag that was gifted to me by my BFF and that I love and is emotionally super sentimental? Where was it? In a bag in the kitchen. I I don't know. I don't know how it ended up there. I don't know how I overlooked it. It was in that right corner where I never look at things, and I was like, "Mm, okay." But I was so happy to find it, guys. I had given up. I said I'd made peace with, I'll find it when I find it. I'm gonna stop tearing my house apart. And then I walked into the kitchen. I said, "Where did that bag come from?" I look over there, and there it was. I'm like, weeks I've been tearing my house apart. Did I look in the kitchen? No. Why does any sane person put a bag in the kitchen? I must have at some point. I must have put it down. Somebody must have moved it over to get it out of the way, and then it got pushed aside, and we just forgot it was there. Sorry for Spark. Testing my hands aren't working, and I can't do speak to text. My phone hates me. Aw, Craig, it's okay. I'm just happy you're here. You know, Stitch is female. Stitch is male. I'm sorry, Stitch is male. Stitch is male. His girlfriend is in this part too. His girlfriend will be showing up. When I say that the two ladies is it's Lilo and her sister Nani, and then there's one dude that's Nani's boyfriend, but it's Lilo. Lilo and Nani are the sisters, and Stitch is the alien creature thing. Shrek. Oh, Shrek's okay, but I love Stitch. I mean, I just love Stitch. Um, well, like my mom always said, it did not grow legs and walk away the house. Oh yeah, out of the house. Keep looking. Yeah, keep looking. It's gonna be here eventually. Sheep is so good. Sheep. Puss in Boots. I didn't like Puss in Boots too much. Shrek was good, but I loved the first Shrek, and then I was kind of over. Donkey just was too much. Donkey's funny, not gonna lie, but it's I'm a Stitch fan. I've never watched animated films as an adult, and I can actually sit through maybe Stitch. Well, Stitch. Well, Stitch uh, is a live action film remake, so it's not animated. It's better. It's better than the animation. That's hard to do because of the emotion the two young actresses have put in there. Nani and Lilo, the two actresses that play them, they're amazing. They are honestly amazing. Um, Basically, the story of Stitch, beyond Stitch is an alien, is Lilo is the sister of Nani. Nani, their parents died. They don't say how. And Nani has custody of Lilo and is her trying to raise her 6-year-old sister as, and she's also a sister. I mean, she's the guardian, right? It's all about Ohana, which is family. So it's a very heartfelt, heartwarming, awesome story. It's a beautiful story. I used to play that game with Bill when I finally found big cab boots. Shrek is good. Jack's so funny. Jack, how can you cut up? Oh, Puss in Boots is just not okay. It's because he's was it known? Antonio Banderas, and he just drives me nuts. Okay, he just drives me. I don't like Puss in Boots. Puss in Boots is not my favorite, even though he had like 3 movies. Like that cat got around. Okay, he's so adorable. See, but you're a cat person and I'm a dog person. Stitch is really just an alien dog. Okay, I need to see that newest one. I have never seen Puss in Boots. Really? Oh, it's a pretty badass cat, guys. Um, Let me see. My sister's texting again. Um, oh, we wanted to go see this movie called Final Destination, but I think it's the final book or the final movie in the series. And look, I don't like Antonio Banderas. I never really have. He was cool in Zorro, but that was it. Guys, I don't actually like George Clooney either. Oh, I know, I don't like George Clooney. He cracks me up when he gives a big dilated cute eyes. Well, that is cute, Steph. That is the cute part when he gives the big cat eyes of cuteness. Um, Jeanette says her mom loves Shrek. Yes, I'm a huge fan of final final movies. Huge fan. So have you guys, has anyone seen Final Destination? Because I've never seen that movie, and I was told if you haven't seen the other ones, you cannot just go watch the last one. I'm not a fan of Tom Cruise. I am a fan of Tom Cruise plays Tom Cruise. Tom Cruise is like, what's that guy's name? Um, Mel Gibson, Tom Cruise, Kirk Russell. I'm forgetting the baseball guy, the guy who played in all the baseball movies. Um, they always play the same. Kevin Costner. They always play the same type of character. They are the same movie, over and over again. Um, I've seen all of them many, many times. Every year I watch them all. Really? Okay, so I don't know if my sisters watched them, but I haven't. I really liked Mel Gibson in Braveheart, and that's just because Braveheart was such a cool movie. I'm gonna eat in front of you guys. Have dinner with me. I'm eating just part of a hamburger. Um, Pat, if you're talking about me, be confused. It's okay. Steph, I like Tom Cruise from the 80s. The charming Top Gun heartthrob with I like Top Gun. And I like the end. Yeah, the Scientology action figure who runs like late for yeah, no. Love Braveheart. Mm. Not troll. Pat. I don't know if Pat's a troll or not, but if they're confused, they continue to be confused. That's completely fine. I wouldn't advertise confusion like that because I mean, if you can't tell, that's why ask, you know? Not to take devil your name, Pat. You asked that. Okay. She was just asking. She just stating a moment of confusion. And if it's confusing, I've been confused for he, she my whole life. I don't care. It doesn't hurt my feelings. I'm more worried about her mental health if she can't, or cognitive ability, to be honest, if you can't tell. But yeah. Jason Momoa was great in Stargate Atlantis. Oh, I love Stargate Atlantis. Do you know? I really liked SVU, Stargate or SVU. Is that one? Is that one right? The universe one. That one was good. They only did one. They, them. He, she, they, them. Yeah, it's fine. Did you know in Thailand we use your name instead of monikers like that? So it's like, so when you're talking about she or he, it's like you use their name. It's just the way it is. And it's just like are there's words that kind of mean like I went, but it's not really the word I. It's really weird. Thai is different, you know. Come stop beating my heart. Jason Momoa can get it. He's not that great in Minecraft because he was in Minecraft, guys, but he was funny. I go by, hey, you. Me too, Steph. Hey, you works for me. I love Stargate SG-1. Yes, SG-1 is fun. I've watched it a lot. Oh my God, Jason can have. Craig says, now that I've gained so much weight back and have boobs, thanks God for my beard, or I would have confused people for sure. Back on the Ozempic weight loss train all day. Yeah. I don't know who Pat is. I think Pat is just the visitor who's confused. Um, all of me, honey. Thai has no pronouns. Not really. It's it's weird how you talk about things. Of course, I speak Thai in a casual, pedestrian way, not the way you do. There's a formal, informal, and straight, essentially. I'm informal. I talk the way I talk to my cousin, but it's not how you would talk to an elder or in formal settings, right? Um, but I'm better than the gutter. And I'm not street talker, but I'm not quite at the level of I won't embarrass myself in front of wealthy to do people. I'm more of a I can hang out with the hired help. To be honest, my tie. But it's kind of like touch by if I want to go to shopping, if I touch by ซื้อของเดี๋ยวไปพรุ่งนี้ that I just said if I want to go shopping, I'll go tomorrow. Or I'll say something like, okay, mom went to the grocery store. Mom, Matt, Del Matt, and I just said Matt is mother. Like Del Matt by ตลาดพรุ่งนี้, like mom will go to the market tomorrow. Or I'll say like if I want to say Jack and Jen, Jack, well, Jen ไปซื้อของ, that's like Jackie and Jenny are going to go shopping. But that's present. I mean, that's how you say it. Like Jack, Pete Bomb, which is my cousin, like Pete Bomb, เดี๋ยวเราไปซื้อของที่ตลาดไหม? I said, hey, I just said, hey, cousin, my cousin Pete Bomb, I said, do you want to go to the market? Or I'll say something like, เดี๋ยวพวกนี้จะไปซื้อของที่ตลาดนัดไปด้วยไหม? Hey, tomorrow I'm gonna go to the night market. Do you want to come with me? So that's just the way. So it's just a long time since I've had to speak Thai. Um, so it's funny, but yeah. So you use your name, like when you say I'm going to the store, it's Jack. That's why my name's Jack's Bag Attack, by the way. It's because my Thai family cannot say Jackie. They can't say Jackie. Jackie and Thai is Jack E, because they can't really say the K. It's Jack. It's just there's a stutter. It's Jack E. So it's not Jackie with a strong C. It's weird. So my name's Jack. Jen is Jen. Jennifer, they say Jennifer. It's weird because Thai. There's some words in Thai. I speak Thai with an American accent, guys. So, I sound as redneck as you can get in Thai version. And so let's see. So if I want to go, let's see. What phrase should I say? Right. Hey, Maria. So anyway, yeah. So it's just like Thai is I speak common Thai, so you use your name instead of he, she, or they. You don't use that. You use the name of the person or their moniker. And their moniker is an honorific, guys. So Kun is an honorific. Yeah, Steph. Jackie. That's exactly how they say it. Jackie. Instead of, so my name has always been Jack Jen, because Thai people always shorten their names anyway. My mother's legal name, originally her birth name, she's changed it, is Lam Juan. That's her first name, but she's changed it since then. It wasn't an auspicious name, but nobody called her Lam Juan. That's her on paper name. Everyone called my mother Lek. My mom is still called Lek. Lek has nowhere in her legal name at all, but Thai people have a birth name and a nickname immediately. Most Thai, most Thai people's nicknames are like Noi, which is, if you've seen Thai restaurants and Thai stuff, you'll know somebody by the name Noi. Noi is just small. Lek means small. Nit Noi means little tiny bit. Dang means red. Babies, when they're born, they're red. That's a common Thai name too that people talk. I mean, if you're like, what's your name? And or they'll be called fruits, like Sumol, which is a type of fruit. And I have a friend, her name's Sumol. So people just call her O. Oh. ไปซื้อของไหม? It's like, oh, do you want to go shopping? you know. Um, and there's no word for gym. There's a word for exercise. So if you want to, so what they say a lot is, "Hey, do you want to go to the gym?" Yim, because they use an American word, but there's no word for gymnasium, you know, which is I think originally it's a German word anyway. Um, did you guys? I had a birth name and a nickname. Oh, the day I was born. It's nowhere near short for my name. Oh, I know, right? Totally different name. Like it's not a shortening of a name. It's a totally different name. That's how most people in Thailand are. Like my cousin Bum, which her real name is Ganjana. Like Bum and my kiddos, my sisters. Now Lucky, her name is Lugnam. Lugnam means water baby. She was born during the monsoons. So they call her Nam, which just means water. They just call her Nam all the time. And she's actually, my mother had her name changed to Kadokpan. And Kadokpan means girl with the golden clothes. Well, unfortunately, Danish Kadokpan is not the best of translations. So people couldn't, they just said Canuck porn. And she changed her name to Mai. Mai is a very typical, easy to say in Danish, very typical in Vietnamese. People would call her Lucky. I call her Lucky or Lug Nam. Lucky was a nickname her high school friends named her. I don't think they call her that now. It's like a family name. I still call her Lug Nam. And then Dream is Muan Fun. Muan Fun is like a dream. So the translation is dream. And actually, I think that actually is her given name, Mun Fun, like a dream. I think that's a direct translation of her name. Her parents weren't as fussy. Um, I like my nicknames. Since Winnie, yeah, Winnie, you have an awesome name. My nickname is Jay Bird and Nettie. Winnie, what's your government? It's Lynn. No, so for me, I was always called Jack and Jen because everybody shortened. Jacqueline is a big mouthful, you know, and Jennifer became Jen, Jacqueline, Jackie, Jack, and a lot of people said, "Well, did your dad just want a boy?" I'm like, "No, Dad didn't want a boy. My family can't say my name. If they can't say Jackie, there's no way in the heck they can say Jacqueline." Which is okay. There's a bunch of names in Thai I can't say. Um, oh, and my dad called me Chicky Poo. That's cute. My Thai coworker calls me Steph. Yeah, cannot say Steph at all. Yeah, the PH. Yeah, yeah, yeah. No. St- yeah, my mom can't too. H's are weird. I don't use my real government name either. Never have. You just go. People give you a name and you go with it. Who care? Your parents named you something, and that's on your ID. You know. Well, okay. I need to know. What did y'all call your grandparents? We were told my father only let my sister and I call our grandparents grandmother and grandfather. No grandma, no shortener. So my cousins called my grandmother Mamo because her oldest grandchild couldn't say grandmother or grandma. It just became Mamo. So my grandmother was called Mamo and Papa. So it's just grandfather was Papa. But we were always told we must call our grandparents grandmother, grandfather. The whole thing. The whole thing. Man, it's a mouthful. Ninny and Poppy, Papa and Bibi, a Bibi. Yes, people have such weird names. Me and Winnie always medicated. Oh, speaking of medicated, thank you. Um, we will get myself some medications. Um, Always. My grandmother was Nana. Yeah, yeah. Like Meemaw is one I've heard a lot out here. A Maymaw, Mamaw, Meemaw. You know, my friends are Meemaw and Grandpa and Pop, Poppy, Pop. Not too many granddads or granda, granddad, granda. So in Danish, father is fa, 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 and so like grandmother is famor, which is weird. Is that right? Famor? I can't remember anymore. Famor? What is mother? I can't remember any Danish at this point, other than tusen tuck, which is 1,000 thanks. Mima and Peepaw. Yeah, see, that's okay. That's my friends. Okay, Craig, my friends, they're Mima and Peepaw to their grandkids, and I just wondered, like, how do you come up with this? Like, how does this tradition go? Everyone else died by the time I was born, says Apple Blonde. In Thailand, your grandparents, depending on if you're talking about your mother's mother or your father's mother, have different words. So that when you're saying grand something, you know which side of the family it is. You know if it's a mom's side or the dad's side. And that they do that for also aunts and uncles so that you actually know which grandparent you're talking about. Your and I can't remember what they are right now, but one way to saying it will signify that's your mom's mom, and one will say that's your dad's mom. So you don't have to ask which, and it's always weird, like, oh, that's my cousin. Like, well, how are you related? It's like, it's so weird because my cousin, I told you all, my cousin who lived in Lubbock, who I wanted to go visit, but I didn't go visit because of timing and a soccer game. Um, he's actually his grandfather was my uncle. So, I mean, that's a hard thing to explain to people. It's like we're cousins because our family got married, but essentially his grandfather is my uncle and his father is my cousin, because he's my first cousin and Nils would be my first cousin once removed, which is just confusing as all get out, you know, I think anyway. Um, Hi, Maria Blonde. I miss the hands aren't working. Yeah, Craig's hands aren't doing too well today. My friends call my grandmother Grandma Lovey. I'm sorry, but it sounds like a pet name you're given. Is that no Lovey? That's a grandma that didn't want to calls her Grandma Lovey or just Lovey. So Grandma Lovey, if that's her actual last name, it makes sense. You know, because we always called my grandmother King and grandmother Wintop because I had two grandmothers to distinguish which was which. I would always say grandmother King, grandmother Wintop. We know which side of the aunties and uncles are from. Yeah, right, Grace. Yeah, we have to know these things. Like in Thai Asian cultures, every family member is very important, and you have to know how you're related. Family is everything in Asia. I'm not kidding, guys. It's a big deal. I mean, I guess people say that here, but what I'm talking about in Asia is your extended family are just as important as your immediate family. My niece calls my dad Nona or no, and my mom Abuela. Abuela. My dad speaks Italian and my mom speaks Spanish. Oh, that's cute. Carter, girl, Miss Independent over there. I don't think I think that's gonna be your lawyer or doctor in the family. I don't think she's gonna be. I just don't see her as a married young with kiddos, Winnie. Um, Not her last Latin. Okay, Grandma Lovely, and Lovely's not your last name. That's weird. Or I should say Grandma Lovey. That's weird. Yeah. Winnie in Malaysia, we can call non-family lady as auntie as well. Oh yeah. Most of my aunties aren't my related family members, but they are important. I have as soon as you call an elder person that's a friend of the family an auntie or an uncle, it's an honorific, and they are now your auntie and uncle. And believe me, Asian families, it doesn't matter whose kid you are. You misbehave, they will smack your behind. Um, That's the cool thing. They raise a village. Everybody raises kids in Thailand. It's not like in America where it's just like you see kids running around and you don't say nothing. No, not in Asia. In Asia, an auntie somewhere will yell at you, says, "Do not run or take off your shoes. Where is your parents? Why are you this dirty?" I mean, I'm serious. Especially if you're at the temple. If you're at the temple and you're running around like a heathen, and you're not behaving, oh my goodness, some strange auntie will come over there and says, "Where's your parent?" I mean, it's serious. It takes a village, guys. Um, come where and compare. Oh. When I moved to Australia, it was weird to call prof or teacher as their first name. As I know, right? It was always professor last name, professor, and he said professor. It wasn't Mr. It was professor. Um, the puppies are on the prowl. Um, oh yeah, in Asia, it's the Asian school system, by the way, is different. They actually teach you life skills as a young person. Like they teach you habits, hygiene habits, washing hands, brushing teeth, um, cultural dancing. It's just part of music, cultural music, and then you have to. They teach you cooking and cleaning, and they teach you how to do laundry. I mean, they teach you in school as curriculum. They teach you cleaning classrooms. I mean, they teach you life skills, like real life skills. They're not planning on your parents to teach you everything. They're like, no, you have to learn how to do this, and we're going to make sure you do it as a young kid. You know, my nephew calls me Auntie Steffi. I never wanted him to grow up. Yes. I never want, yeah, I know, right? My real aunt and uncles or extended relatives are allowed to just, oh, yeah, always. And it's not like the adults get in trouble. No, no. They will go, and if you get if some auntie in the vicinity swats your behind because you were misbehaving and you're being bad, it is a great dishonor to your parents to be called out because the other adult will look at the parents and say, "Why aren't you taking care of your children?" I mean, seriously, it's an embarrassment. It is like they don't want this. Like, I cannot tell you how drilled we were in as children to behave. You know, it's what we do reflects on our parents, and we had to behave. There was no misbehavior. I hated formal events. I still hate formal events. You know, I think my first name thing is new. My great grandmother on my dad's side was Irish. Protestant, and my mom's family was Irish New Zealand Catholic. Well, that's a marriage, but they never. Oh, but they never met. Okay, wait. The grandparents never met. In the redneck culture, we also are allowed to discipline our nephews. Oh yeah, sure, in the South. Yeah, but you not in other places. You do that. You do that. If you tell it, I have so embarrassed my poor husband. We have been in a Walmart. Now, yeah, granted, it's a Walmart. When the Walmart used to be 24 hours, and we were there late at night, and these kids were on bouncy balls, and I yelled at those kids. The kids, where your parents get off those, you know? And they looked at me like, and poor James like, Jackie. I'm like, they're not supposed to be using bouncy balls in the aisles. It is not safe. I am also that adult that if their kids are running next to the pool, I will tell kids no running. If kids are yelling and they're inside, children use your inside voice. I am that person. I don't know you from Adam. I don't know your parents. I don't know who you are. But if you are running and being unsafe in around the pool, I will yell at you kids. If you're in Walmart without your parents around you and you're using bouncy balls or roller skating or doing whatever the hell you want, I will yell at you. I'm not call some employee. No. I'm going to say, children, behave. They all look, they know what they're doing. I am that woman that was in the movie theater where these teenagers were being ridiculous, stupid teenagers, and then they were loitering in the hallway, and I flat out said, "Do you have somewhere you need to be?" It says, and I'm sorry, you were talking in the theater, and I'm in that theater. I would appreciate it if you stopped talking. Honest to God, poor James, he just hunkers down. he just Like, I don't see me. I'm invisible. Well, next teacher, I will tell. I will tell for safety. Yeah, yeah. What did my niece and nephew kept pulling my cap off as a joke, and I was pissing me off. And the first 7 times, it was fine, but the 8th time, I debated how much time I have. Grace says, Winnie, your grandkids are expressing themselves. They're likely just outgoing. That's me, Winnie. It's not a real Walmart run unless you witness wary parents tracking. Well, no, these kids were literally unattended. I don't know where their parents were. And at that time at night, like, where are you? Why are you here? Why are you playing with bouncy balls in the hallway, in the aisles? Grace outgoing and loud. Keith, you tell them off. Yeah. I just turn around and say, yes, Peter is not missing. I almost did that. But I was with James and another person, and I didn't want them because I mortally embarrass James all the time when I do stuff like this. But I don't care, you know. I'm like, you are being disrespectful to the other people in this room, and luckily I did tell them to be quiet outside of the theater because they had left and they were talking in the hallway, and then they would go back and talk again, and I would tell them off again, and there's only 5 people in that theater, and they were so loud we could hear. Anyway, it doesn't matter. The point is, if I say a thing, I say a thing, and sometimes I wish my mouth wouldn't go off with me, but it does. You you'd be scared if you told me. Yeah, so true. Again, in the redneck culture, Walmart is also known as babysitting and daycare. That's true. Winnie, I'm not going to lie. That's true. I mean, when there's nothing else to do in your town other than go to the Walmart, and Walmart at least has air conditioning. And here's the thing, they're understaffed and their staff don't give a crap. There's 15 registers and 2 people working, right? There's nobody at the dressing room. You have to push a button to get something out, to get a lipstick out of the beauty section. There's 5 people working in that Walmart, and they don't care. I think there's more people working in the lawn and home center, the lawn center, than the whole rest of Walmart. It's so big and vast, and and every time you look around, there's only 5 people ever. Try to get help. Yeah, right. Grace, Travis gets so embarrassed. He's like, "Why can't you just ignore it?" I say, "Hell no." That's me, Craig. That's me. I mean, James is the same way. He just shrinks. It's like, so I try not to do it around him. Keith, that's what's so true around using voices like uh Gozer and Goes On from Ghostbusters. Oh. Ha! Craig says my Walmart has 70 people doing store pickup and 10 people working the rest of the store. I think 10 people is actually a high estimation, Craig. I'm not kidding. There's the meat counter guy, he's out there. You have nobody in produce. The whole rest of the food section is there's not even people stocking. And then you have the 2 people in electronics, pretty much monitoring electronics so people won't steal them. And then that's it. And there's like 2 people at the register. It's like, where are all the people? It's like there's more shoppers, but there's no people. And there's that one person manning the self-service kiosk, and then the one person at the door. Okay? Yeah. Like 10 people in the whole store. When he says that the grocery pullers at Walmart, I'm assuming the cart return people? Mm. The trolley pullers? At least in Target, they have a machine that they attach to it that helps push the long line of carts. And the carts at Target are plastic and metal. Sometimes I think at the Walmart they're all metal. My brother was a worker at Walmart for 10 years. He was a stalker, then a puller. Now he's overall. January, bless his soul. Yeah, he's bless him. Craigslist, you don't even have door people anymore? Wow. No wonder the wheels don't work. No, the people who stop for the online orders. Oh, those people. Those people. Yeah, the people who are running back and forth. Oh my God. The ones that are, you're there to pick up your order and there's this designated place to sit there. It is like a war zone. It feels like that. When you have people pulling in to get their groceries, texting to get their stuff, the people coming out, and then people backing up. It's like, that's a person. Don't run over people. I feel like that should be like plastered all over all the drive places where you can just go drive up and get groceries and stuff. We don't have door checkers. Senior citizen got tired of it. Wow. Yeah, no, we have door checkers still. I don't know what for. You know, it's not like I don't know what they're checking. Hmm. On our Kmart, that must be quite high. Our bags are really wow. They actually check the bags. Wow. We don't even have Kmart's anymore. Puller is pulling the online orders for pickup. Okay. I pay for in-home delivery, but I don't have them come in. I just like seeing the electric van and put all my items in a nice paper bags. We have done delivery once, here when James and I were both really sick and we just like, nah, you know, and, but mostly we do an online pickup order and we go because our parking lot and our grocery store is ridiculous. And we go to the grocery store, not the Walmart. And suddenly there's a Mexican market, which is really nice, but you have to go in there and I don't trust James to pick up produce. And then when I can do it, I go to the Mexican market. The produce is always better. And then I go to HEB, which is our big grocery store here in Texas, and I do I let them pick out the stuff. I don't care. I buy almost everything store brand. I don't even know what a national brand thing is anymore because I buy everything store brand. Um, I just I've always have. So people were complaining like I can't find my brand. Like so, the one or a few times I go to Walmart, I'm like, wow. That's kind of neat. What brand's this? Because I buy store brand everything. I wish they do away with the greeter when I'm at Walmart. I usually they look like oh yeah they look unhappy. You know, they look like they look at our receipts, scan it, and look at the bags. Yep. Mm-hmm. Yep. Yep. That's what they do at our Walmart still. They do that. They're supposed to do that. And mostly they're looking at the item count on your receipt, and then they're scanning your cart, and they're looking to see if you have a television in your cart that you actually have a television on your receipt. Um, yeah, they took yeah. So anyway, guys, I'm gonna show Dad one more time, and then I'm gonna get off this live on Monday. Or Monday Live, Memorial Day. This is Dad, 17. And I think it's so funny because these are his Army awards, and this is his um, Marine Corps photo. But he was very proud that he was enlisted and an officer, which is rare because enlistment normally means you don't become an officer. It's very hard to become an officer. But he was enlisted in the Marine Corps, and then he got out, went to college, and went back and went into the Army as an officer. So this is Dad. He's buried in Arlington National Cemetery, and these are all his really cool awards. He would absolutely hate this, which is why I'm the only family member with it. I paid for that to meet. I bought all the medals, and I had you can buy the replicas. They're the medals, the mini medals, and then I didn't want to get the full size ones, and I had that made, and it was $800. It's in a big shadow box, and I have a flag, not the flag, the flag that was on his funeral. My eldest sister has that one. Oh yeah, Dad had a lot of awards. Yeah. Um, yeah. Yeah. Guys, if you haven't already, please stop the live. Thank you guys. Anyway, thank you for hanging out with me. Thank you for being my friends. Thank you for being members. I do have some bags on sale on Poshmark. Take a good look. I think my Poshmark link is in my description. If not, I think I should add that. I think I had put that in there. Oh, it is in my description. It's in my description box. Was he stationed in Copenhagen? No, my father was never stationed. He was stationed in Germany when he was married to his first wife. But other than Vietnam, Cambodia, Thailand, they were in Korea too. Um, they were mostly in the Asian Pacific region, and then in the last part of his career, he was in America. Um, he retired in what year was that? 93? 92? Yeah. Anyway, bye guys. Oh, he was a Colonel, Keith.